On today's show, classrooms are suddenly swimming. Swimming with conservation work thanks to Trout Unlimited. Get ready for spring with the Minnesota-bound Crappie Contest. It's a go. Plus a North Shore fishing trip. Ladies invited only.
Keep it tight, keep it tight. This current really helps you feel bigger. Nice.
Minnesota Bound, presented by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems.
Hey there, welcome to today's adventure.
Something fishy is happening in the classroom these days.
Yep, and it's all in the name of freshwater conservation.
Something fishy is going on in this classroom.
Is any part of the dorsal fin located near the middle of the fish's back? Yeah.
So does that have that squared 90-degree angle dorsal fin like we talked about? No.
I'm Jim. I'm going to talk to you about fish, which can't be a surprise. We're glad to be with you today. We are the friends that brought you that big tank of small friends that you've got over there.
Those 350 little fingerling friends were donated by Trout Unlimited via a state grant.
So here we run the Trout in the Classroom program. This is our second year in the program, and what we're doing is we're raising rainbow trout to hopefully release in the spring. Along the way, we learn a little bit about trout habitat. We learn about requirements for sustaining trout populations. We look at water quality, water chemistry.
We're testing for high range, pH, and nitrite.
How are trout swimming in a classroom beneficial, you ask?
From this program, I really hope that my students gain an appreciation for Minnesota, our natural resources, and the outdoors. I hope they learn more about our water quality and how to better sustain our state, and that preserving habitat.
Very important lessons to learn at any age.
I've been learning all about trout that I've never learned anything about before, all the stages that they go through and what kind of conditions they need, and that it takes a lot of work to maintain their life.
So all of the fish in the room are native to Minnesota except two. Do you know which two? Yeah. Right, yep, and?
Brown trout?
Yeah, rainbows and browns, we stock.
The rivers and the lakes here have to be taken care of in a space where they have to have like cold, clean water, and like you can't like just dump stuff into the lake because that might kill the fish. I just thought they had like the baby stage and then they just grew up, and I didn't know they went through so many different cycles and that they could like, you know, they have so many different chances at living and dying.
So we talked about fish adaptations, how they allow fish to live, how they live, and where they live.
This isn't the only classroom taking care of young trout, known as PAR.
This program spans the across the state. We have 43 teachers in the program. Our furthest north school is Northam, Minnesota, north of Bemidji, and then all the way down through Winona and Rochester. And I have 30 teachers on a wait list to join the program next year. There's so much more to learn around them than just their biology or the trout themselves. They're an indicator species of clean water, clean, cold, healthy water. So by bringing these into the classroom, then you're bringing nature into the classroom with the kids, right in their face.
All these trout, naturally, they live in moving bodies of water, right?
This is nature in and out of the classroom. When springtime comes, the student caretakers release their rainbow nursery into the Vermilion River.
We, especially at Trout Unlimited, want kids to be really aware about cold water watersheds and fisheries, things like that. We do have a good amount of trout streams in our state. Not a lot of people know that, though. And they need a lot of protection to stay clean and cold and healthy fisheries. So we really want to expose those things to the students all over the state.
Call it introducing a kid to the great outdoors and the importance of conservation. one classroom at a time.
How can we help in our own watersheds and things that we can do? There are little things that kids can do immediately in their homes that they can help with those things, and just becoming environmental stewards in their adult life. Because these are the kids that are really going to do some awesome things in the future when it comes to conservation and our natural resources.
Coming up next, we help you get ready for this year's Minnesota-bound Crappie Contest.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems, Ice Castle Fish House and RV, Leech Lake Area Tourism, and by Coors Light.
Who doesn't like catching crappies? These panfish a rite of spring, just like Minnesota Bound's annual Crappie Contest.
Catch it. Catch it. Quick. Ah!
I catched him now.
0.86. That's a nice crappie.
Give me 5. Give me 5.
7.6.
A day where kids and spring fishing had become Lake Minnetonka tradition.
Shallow or deep?
Pretty shallow.
The weather is absolutely stunning. It's clear blue skies, perfect temps, going to be in the 60s to 70s today.
The perfect day to try and catch a fish.
Give me a crappie. Give me a crappie.
Even right off the dock.
No, I put him in first place. No.
I want to put him in the water.
Well, it's certainly, we've been blessed with great weather.
It's really the kickoff of fishing season in Minnesota.
You can see all the families, all the kids, whether you're old or young, you're enjoying yourself out on the water, and this fits perfectly to who we are as a company.
Families win all sorts of fun prizes. Really, all anglers of all ages dream of the big prize.
We are giving away an Alumacraft Crappie Deluxe boat.
The winner of the boat today will be based on a mystery weight, so you might have the small fish that wins or the big fish, and that's the fun of this family fishing tournament.
Catch a crappie, bring it up on stage.
Perfect.
Did you guys catch any fish today?
Yeah. I used a pink hook and then I put minnows on it.
Any fish, any size could be the winner.
It's been an honor for us to celebrate and support an effort to help kids learn how to fish. It's all about the kids.
Even if you do not fish, still show up for all the fun at Lord Fletcher's. Now, money raised helps charities like Fishing for Life.
We do extensive programming, 75 unique events every year, year-round. So when we engage kids on the lake like this, we love to have continuing programming for those kids. Our camps, during the winter, we got Holes for Heroes, we do tip-up events, dark house steering, all things to get kids engaged and keep them engaged year-round.
We're very excited about what we've been doing with Fishing for Life since 2004. I'm sure you're getting great pictures of these precious children that have these smiles that are coming in with these crappies.
Fishing may be a sport of dreams. The Minnesota-bound Crappie Contest makes dreams come true.
The last 2 years we had 13, 14-year-olds winning it. This year the winner is 81 years old. Yes! Yes!
Still ahead, we share the magic of trail camps. But first, a North Shore adventure for silvery fish. This group wants to help you get into steelhead fishing.
Closed captioning provided by Star Bank.
Up next, we catch up with an all-women's fly fishing group that loves to chase Lake Superior's migrating trout.
Minnesotans making a difference.
I'm ready. Even have my sister fly fishing shirt on.
You want to dress the part to witness the epic life cycle of steelhead trout. For decades, the spawning migration of steelhead on Minnesota's North Shore has lured many fishermen to spend long hours wading and casting the rushing waters of the Baptism River. But on this day, the scenery is changing. Today, women anglers are discovering the excitement and challenge of catching steelhead trout.
Right now what we're looking for are any fish that are kind of laying on that gravel. Sometimes they'll just kind of be cruising around there. There's lots of fish in it. It's beautiful. It's a great river to fish, especially to learn, because it allows you to have that room you need as far as learning how to fly cast.
Room you'll need, as steelhead trout are notorious fighters.
They're pure muscle. Yeah. So they're pretty aggressive. You gotta be on your toes.
Keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it tight.
This current really helps them feel bigger.
Nice.
Oh, little guy, cute.
Beautiful.
Oh, he's ready to go.
It's a contagious pursuit. Catch one and you're hooked.
Gone in a blink of an eye.
But the goal here isn't to outfish the guys. These ladies have different goals in mind.
To encourage women to get out onto the rivers and give them that confidence and that skill set so they feel comfortable while they're doing it and to be able to be independent.
That mission gave Lisa Murphy an idea to start a fly fishing classroom for women only.
Women on the Fly is a program about educating, informing, and inspiring other women to get them more involved in the migratory trout and salmon fishery here on the North Shore. At the time, there weren't very many resources for women, and after a couple of years of doing it myself, I realized there's not a whole lot that's difficult about it. It's just a matter of learning. You have to get out there and learn, but if we can help kind of soften that learning curve for women by offering clinics, offering other resources, and get them out there a little quicker, then that's what we need to do.
The word spread quickly.
I actually haven't really known a lot of people when I first wanted to learn how to fly fish, and then all of a sudden I heard of Women on the Fly, and first time I hooked up to a steelhead, that did it. I was hooked.
And that's what Women on the Fly are here to do. Help other women have success on the water.
Hooked up again with a little trout. Let's let this little guy go. There you go, buddy. All right, let's get a bigger one now. It's exciting. I mean, big or small, it's really exciting. It's a good feeling.
In a nutshell, it's women encouraging other women to get outdoors.
People like to have that connection, and those clinics bring that. And it's really fun to see. Take that time for yourself and go throw a couple drifts. You might not catch anything, but for me, I don't know, it's just peaceful, it's easy to do. You can't beat it. You just can't beat it.
Move-in day. It is my favorite day of the year. Each spring when I load all my stuff into the boat, I am the poster child for having too much stuff in the boat. When I put all of it in, there are things that can be a real mess unless you store them properly. So I'm hoping you'll follow my advice today so you don't run into the same problems I used to have. First off, I get these giant plastic bags. All my defogger, all my sunscreen, all the insect repellent, they all go inside these bags. I seal them up. They're safe. If they get bumped around, you're not going to gunk up the boat with this stuff. The other one that I'm very careful about are the fish scents. They're a great tool, but they can be a real mess, and they smell if they start to spill. I keep them in a self-contained plastic box. That's not enough though. Things like the chapstick applicators, you can't leave them in the boat. When it gets really hot, these things will melt and make a giant mess. So you have to always pay attention to them. Same story, people say, all right, I'll take them out of the boat, but then they put them in a hot car, hot truck, same result. These things can really make a mess. So keep them cool, keep them in the shade, and keep them locked in a box. Take the time to store this stuff properly. It actually helps keep your boat pretty clean. Straight ahead, the story and mysterious photos from trail camps.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Oreo cookies and Ritz crackers, Mountain Dew, and by Totem Resorts, the premier destination for world-class fishing.
Trail cameras seem to be a staple in the woods these days.
Yeah, these little cameras capture wildlife when nobody is watching.
Ron Shera has more on what these gadgets capture.
Mother Nature. She puts on a show 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if we're lucky enough to catch it. As luck would have it, technology has made this pretty simple. Enter the Critter Cam, a camera that allows us to snoop on Mother Nature. Nature peepers can thank National Geographic photographer George Seurat for inventing the first trail camera way back in the 1880s. Technology has come a long way since then, of course. Now, everyday trail cameras that consumers use are put up on their property. Many put up trail cams to get a glimpse of the critters we're sharing our living spaces with. You'll be surprised at how many critters are right in your backyard. Others use the trail cams for security purposes or scouting hunting areas. To say these cameras are popular is an understatement. Who knew snooping in Mother Nature's business could be so much fun? The catch is, Mother Nature isn't always predictable. We learned this with our own Minnesota-bound Eagle Cam in 2012. One of the eaglets, named Harmon, became stuck in the nest when it was a little over 3 weeks old. The dilemma? To let nature take its course or step in and try to help. The risk of stepping in was that the parents might abandon the nest and all the eaglets. In this instance, it was a happy ending for Harmon and the other little eagles. The saying goes, in nature nothing is perfect and everything is perfect. It's something to remember as we watch Mother Nature's story. And maybe, if you're lucky, your trail camera will get a glimpse of something unexpected. No, not Bigfoot. But if you see Bigfoot, don't say anything.
For some reason, I always forget to put mine up.
Well, then you're missing out on all the creatures.
Go figure. Well, that about does it for us. We hope to see you back here next week.
In the meantime, don't forget to introduce a kid to the great outdoors.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800-899-7433. To get more Minnesota Bound, including full episodes, go to mnbound.com. And to follow our latest adventures, like us on Facebook.